Hi!
Hey.
Metaphiles. Intro. Funny intro.
Big laugh.
Yeah. Already people know this is going to be a good time.
It's not?
No, already they know
is.
that
Okay.
it is. And they're right. I'm ready to have a good time.
Yeah. I'm.
Are you?
I think I'm ready to have a good time.
We've never really checked in like this about it. I think we
Yeah.
always just assume that when we start, we are going to have a good time. And probably they do too.
Well, we don't really have a choice because, you know, it's sink or swim.
It's our duty to have a good time.
We owe it to we owe it to our listeners to have a good time.
Yeah. We've done a few podcasts where we said up front we aren't having a good time, but we haven't made sure to let people know on the other ones that we are having a good time.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to start that now.
Sure.
With the having a good time pledge.
Okay, what do you got?
I, Zach of Metaphiles, do solemnly pinky promise to have a good time.
Yeah, me too.
And that's the JSF of the pledge.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and me saying pinky promise like a little toddler might say it is an example of having a good time.
Yeah.
That's not how
You're
I
right.
really talk.
Nobody who's not having a good time uses a weird inflection or a fun inflection for levity.
No. You wouldn't hear somebody say, "I'm so miserable right now.
Yeah.
This is the worst day of my life. I just feel like everything's shit. It's all falling apart and it's only going to get worse. It sucks." Nobody does that.
Nobody.
No. So, the pledge is done. It's episode 108.
It's not more? It's not 109? 110?
Yes, 108. It is written on my paper there. No, not 110. That's so far away.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Continue.
We will be discussing toothpicks all episode long, and I went ahead and bought a box of Walgreens brand toothpicks. They are round and wooden, the box assures me, and there are 250 of them in here. So I just figured we should have these since we're discussing toothpicks, just in case we need them, you know?
Are you going to use them after we're done recording this episode?
I actually will use them,
okay,
but not for what you think, and we'll get to that momentarily.
Ooh.
So here they are. In case anybody is not familiar, the discussion, that's one thing you can do with them. We may find other uses for them as we go. Maybe put it in your hat.
I haven't seen that before.
For a fancy.
Yeah, with that. Really like that.
Do I look fancy?
No, you look just like practical, like a busy person, maybe.
Too busy to go buy toothpicks. I already took that. My assistant took care of that for me.
Yeah.
And put one in each of my hats, of which I wear many.
It's weird that people do this, that they just keep it in their mouths.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Sure.
You didn't have any other business immediately?
Not immediately, no.
Not immediately. Okay, well then, yeah, we're here. We're talking.
I have ventures, plans, you know, business outlooks and
schemata.
Yeah, I do.
And that's the noise you just made with your teeth. That was to have a good time.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
He goes, this sucks.
Mm-hmm. How about this? I'm going to tell you
Contemplating suicide. Go ahead.
Well, it won't top that, but we're still going to do it. I'm going to tell you something that I'm very upset about, and you say that you're so sorry.
Okay.
I just feel like it's all falling apart. No, I can't be that guy. I have to be a real guy. I just feel like it's all... Sorry.
Action.
Okay.
Take 2.
Whew. My wife left me. I'm devastated. She's the love of my life.
I am so sorry. It's gonna be okay.
There you go. That was an example of one person having a good time, while another person having a bad time.
And every time we say good time, I think of the Queen song. Having a good time.
Oh. That song is basically like our theme song.
That song? Basically. I guess so.
For tonight, for sure, because we pledged.
Yeah.
Why do people put a toothpick in their mouth? It seems silly.
Well, yeah. When you put it in there, it gets soggy. It's not as rigid. It's not going to be as an effective toothpick.
Mm-hmm. You're courting death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or injury at the least. But probably death.
I like having some in my mouth to fidget with.
Yeah. All I'm feeling right now
Yeah.
is sheer terror.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Take it out. You can take it out. It's okay.
Okay. I'm good now.
I should have. I don't know why I put it way over there.
Yeah. Well, we got 240.
Let's see if we can use all of them in this episode.
6 left.
Should we burn them too? We can make a little teepee and burn them. They're probably...
We could do that, definitely.
They're probably not very flammable.
You have inspired me. We are going to try to do that. Hey, wait, look at this one. What the hell? Look at that.
What the hell?
I paid good money for 250 toothpicks, not
249.
Not 249 and one fucking...
It's rotten.
Rotten. I'm going to go demand my money back.
Yeah.
Okay, Jade, do you like toothpicks?
This is going to take so long. I suggest you use a part of the cardboard box as a part to keep together. Let's not do that.
Let's not.
It's just not.
Let's not. We don't have to.
I shouldn't have said anything.
We don't have to. And so we won't.
But I am going to spit about 25 toothpicks at the camera throughout this episode.
Okay, and I'm going to light just this one.
Okay. Wow.
Hey.
It burns so much better than I thought it would. It's almost... Wow.
Uh-oh.
It's almost like a damn candle.
I'm courting death again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so scared again.
You have minutes to live. Smoke one more for the road, buddy. It was good knowing you. Don't you worry now. Take good care of the podcast. You don't worry about that.
Oh, thank you. You're not going to...
It's in good hands. You go peacefully now.
You're not going to forget to do the pledge when I'm gone, are you?
No, gonna do the pledge. Gonna say, we now remember our old co-host Zach. He on Phellas. He gave his life for the show. That's the best way it can go, asking me. Comedy's sake and for the sake of you too. Bye, Coach.
Huh?
Diaz.
That was the most dangerous podcasting we've ever done.
Let's have the sound you made when it started to burn you right here.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'd love for people to hear that a bunch more times.
Yeah.
So that's
A bunch more.
that's another application of the toothpick, is to make you feel alive.
It worked.
The adrenaline rush that I experienced. Whoo, mama.
It's going to take you a while to come down, and me too.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Just let me do a little breathing exercise and shit like that, and I should be good. I should come down from this.
I don't know if I'm ever going to come down. I'm a thrill seeker now.
Yeah, me too. It's pretty impossible to be too excited with a toothpick in your mouth.
Yeah.
It's a is this the right word, plaintive?
Because
that makes me think of plaintiff like in a courtroom.
Well, a plaintiff should be plaintive.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, plaintive would mean like a thinking man.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you do seem
just
like you're
this.
thinking about something
yeah,
right
this
now.
This is how plaintive is. Like that.
Yeah. You seem like you have a thought in your head.
I do. Wait.
Take the toothpick out
Wait a
for a second.
Oh my god! I thought of it. No.
That's another application of the toothpick.
Mm-hmm.
When you've thought of the good idea.
The spit take. Sad display, friend.
Yeah. I made that noise. I spit the toothpick out bad. I couldn't make a teepee out of it. But guess what? Having a good time. Having a good time. Nothing gonna bring me down.
We are blasting off, man.
Yeah. That pledge really did something.
We're rocking and rolling.
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling like Queen.
So I actually, enough of this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I actually use toothpicks every single day of my life, often twice.
To pick yon teeth?
Well, it's story time. Right here in this very podcast. And I can't really remember. No, you can't. Oh. It's never gonna. On this very podcast.
Please do story time.
You could put one in the tobacco end and see if it enhances your smoke.
I don't want any part of that.
Why not? Why not? Why don't you want that? It could be toxic.
Yes.
So, on this very podcast, during an episode,
you are having a good time.
So for a long time, my tooth back here, my back right guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, back left guy.
Yes.
Had a bit of a dip in it. It just got like worn down. There's a cavity together with like grinding my teeth probably a little bit, which I don't think I do too much. It doesn't have too many signs of it, but
hard to grind the back guy.
Yeah. And it varies on your dental profile. Everybody has different teeth, Zach.
That's true. My dental profile says dog dad. Sorry.
Dog dad?
Let's move on. Make the noise I made and let's move on, please.
Okay. Gladly. So yeah, and then so it's just a little depression in my back guy there, back left guy, and during the podcast I recognized that it is like caved in. That part of my tooth is gone.
Oh no.
And it felt like more than what actually happened. It was just like a small piece of my tooth just getting a little bit chipped off, just from like partying too hard, and
yeah.
And so I was like, oh my god. But I, like a professional, chose to have a good time. It didn't phase the recording at all.
Yeah, and
it was still a good episode.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and let the audience know I'm learning this right now too.
I told you about the tooth going all crazy.
Okay, I forgot.
trying to keep having a good time. Can we have a good time?
I'm having a good time.
Okay, so
I'm sure I was having a good time then too, and not worrying about your back left guy having partied and ground.
I wonder if this can touch the microphone in here.
Oh.
I mean, you can probably hear that. Careful now. I wonder what that sounds like.
We'll find out. Okay, so...
Oh, yes, that's what happened. And so I'm not finished.
Well, clearly, because we have not gotten to a toothpick yet.
Yeah, well, since then, it's just been a little bit of an extra indentation in my back guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Left back guy.
Left back guy. And so I need to use a toothpick when I'm done eating to get a little bit of the chunk out there.
For every time you eat with that tooth.
Not every time, depending on the food. A lot of times, nothing gets stuck there. Sometimes, let's say, like, if I ate a Butterfinger, I'm all right side. A Butterfinger bar, because that shit would never come out. Probably. I don't know. I haven't tried it. I haven't tempted fate. So
we've gotten an example of a food that the left back guy doesn't like.
Uh-huh.
Can we have an example of a food that the left back guy is unaffected by?
Pudding.
Oh. Okay. Seems like that would go right in there.
Soup.
Your left back guy might be full of pudding. I mean, you seem horrified by this idea, but also backup pudding reserves right there in the back left guy. Pudding anytime you want.
Starting to not have a good time.
Oh, okay. I use toothpicks too.
Do tell. Go careful.
Okay.
Oh,
we're having a good time.
Oh, wow. It got caught in the fucking spider webs.
Okay, we're having a good time.
This is a fucking great time. Oh, wow. I gotta get a picture of it.
Okay. And please show the picture to the audience, if you would.
I mean, I have to... What? That's going to be hard.
Well, is it going to make you not have a good time?
Potentially.
All right, well, sorry. We don't have to do it, and so we won't.
Well, I can send it to you. I can send it to you, and you can put it in the podcast right now.
Okay, why don't you send it to me right now?
Okay.
So that you don't forget.
Let's keep this part in.
Oh, this... Yeah, because guess what? Getting a text from my buddy Jay usually means I'm having a good time.
Thanks, man. That's very sweet.
Okay, just gonna wait for it to arrive. Just really looking forward to this text.
Cricket. That's what I use for my phone. They're not... You know what? I was about to say they're not the best, but they are. They're pretty decent. I don't know if they can...
I'm sorry, I tricked you.
I know, but I don't know if they can see it. You just don't want to have to edit it in.
I mean, of all the fact tubes.
Yeah, we just put it on the vac tube.
Yeah.
Doy.
Now, can you put it back up on the fact tube for a second?
Sure. Yeah, okay. Anyways, continue about your toothpick adventures.
Oh, yeah. So the bar I work at has a soundboard, and to turn the soundboard on or off, you flip one switch over there, and then you flip one switch over here, and then there's a big button you push in. But when you push that button in, if you take your finger away, the button comes back out. It does not want to stay in. But if you push the button in, Now the button stays, and the toothpick stays too.
Every sound that just happened there, let's put it over here. Just that little.
And I'd like to hear.
It kind of sounded like this. Let's try this at the same time. Help me out.
And just yesterday, it was time to unstick the button. So you had to take the toothpick out, which makes the reverse noise to that noise and goes. But as I was doing that, tragedy. This part stuck in the button. No lip.
You gotta use hot glue is what you gotta do there.
That would make the toothpick stay in there even more.
Probably not. Well, what you do is you I'm going to solve this whole problem for you. That's going to be the rest of this episode, okay?
Okay.
So what you do is you get the hot glue and you put it onto the thing, and then you can peel it off. It won't be too hard to peel it off of the surrounding button and board.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have handles for that, and you'll have enough to be able to get enough force to get it out. But a toothpick will probably stay lodged in it if you get it in there enough, so that you'll be able to pull it out, and it'll be stuck in the hot glue.
Did something just come out of your back left guy there?
I'm never gonna live it down. Here we go. I'm just trying to help.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Because at first I thought you were saying use hot glue just on the button, and I was going to say I just bought all these toothpicks. But you're saying we still are using a toothpick. So I push the button in. We get the. Can you hit the. That beats me?
Which one?
This.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm taking my finger away. Mm. Now I'm applying hot glue where?
Over the crevice in which the broken pick is deposited.
Okay, so if this is, I'm putting it like that.
Yep, and you're just squirting, cream pieing it into there, right, if you will, and so that it gets pretty far back with the rest of the toothpick, but then leaving enough on the outside to where you will be able to grab it and pull it out, and the hot glue is going to stay in one piece. It's not going to pull apart. And the toothpick is going to come out with it. I'll bet you. Let's make a bet.
We can't, because there's no way I'm shoving hot glue into this button at my bar sound system. Because if I break it, everything is going to fall apart and be terrible. I truly do not understand.
Everything is already falling apart and is terrible.
No, we're having a good time.
At your bar with a toothpick stuck in there?
I got it out with a knife.
Oh, okay.
Eventually.
Cool.
I don't understand how the hot glue would help the situation at all.
Let's just leave it at
I
that.
believe that you have a firm vision. I am not grasping it. To me, it seems like the hot glue is an extra step.
I got a firm vision you can grasp. Buddy.
Are you referring to your penis as a vision?
Yes, it is a vision. It is beautiful.
Okay, well, we are probably going to have to talk about this hot glue thing off air, because we just don't. I don't think we have enough time in the episode.
Or, I mean, it's dubious if we have enough time outside of the episode, which you might notice is the rest of eternity once the episode ends.
Do you think we'll be having a good time after that? The pledge really only lasts for the length of a Metaphiles episode. But I'd like to keep having a good time if possible for eternity.
This is a good start right here.
Yeah, and we definitely have like 236 toothpicks left, so
it's an embarrassment of wealth.
Uh-huh.
It's the lap of luxury. I gotta flick. Damn. Welcome to Metaphiles. This is a part of the tooth. What? What? This is part of episode. This is part of the Metaphiles. What? Oh, welcome to Leia Players.
Do you want to take it again?
Welcome to Leia Players. This is a part of the episode where I come up with a podcast idea that might be better than this podcast, potentially. Now, I think a good idea for podcasts, and it's maybe a little contextually based, but I still think it's a good idea for a one-episode podcast called TikTok. No, sorry, it's called Talk Talk. And TOKTALK, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that we did a podcast episode about TikTok not nary a month ago.
Yeah. One of the episodes wherein we were not having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. And so this is to talk about TikTok again in the context of our podcast because it needs to be revisited because of recent developments in my life.
Well, so should I, because as I recall in the TikTok episode, I spent the entire time discussing how much I hated TikTok.
Deriding it.
And yes. Was almost devoid of being funny at all.
Yeah.
And you were very much in agreement with me at the time that TikTok is terrible. And,
yeah.
It's an awful thing for society.
Which a decent amount of I still stand by.
A decent amount.
Yeah. So, like, okay, I got TikTok after the episode. And so, and that was like, it was like 2 weeks ago I finally got it.
And this is true.
Yeah. My experience was completely different than yours, and I swiped stuff if I didn't like it, and I liked stuff if I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first got on, what are your interests? I did like cooking and comedy, and like one other thing I can't really remember, maybe fishing or something. And it's been really good. It's been very funny. There's a cat named Gumbus who has congenital problems who everybody loves. And
congenital problems.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's a she, actually. She's just all fucked up, you know? She would have never made it.
Okay, so your first example of why TikTok has been good for you is a sick cat that's all fucked up?
Its life is good now.
Oh.
Because its owner got it all fixed up, and it mostly is aware of existing for the most part. And then there's like this guy that reviews restaurants, and he like just shits on them. And if a restaurant gets a good review of that guy, it's really good. You know it's good.
What restaurants has he given a good review to?
Literally like 1,000. Okay? Well, I mean, good reviews? Out of 1,000, maybe 100.
Okay.
Maybe 200, probably.
Okay. Are any of them restaurants you could go eat at?
Yeah. Yeah. There's other stuff too.
There's more.
And there's just like people being people. They're not like being performative. You know, that's the thing, is they're not being really like terribly performative. You can tell.
Yeah, performativeness is one of the things that I ran into that I was found very distasteful.
Yeah, and I didn't hear yelling people. There's not a lot of disputes or videos of bad things happening to people.
You haven't heard anyone yelling?
Very low amount of yelling, and if it is, it's usually for comedic effect, or it's this guy's mom who's like 70 years old and she just yells, but she just does that, and it's kind of just what she does. It's not out of anger or spite.
Did he trap her in a car once and make her listen to several different versions of a song about how she pooped her pants in the grocery store? Because that's one that I saw.
No.
Okay. I thought maybe...
That sounds hilarious. And you know what? I'm not TikTok. We can put TikTok right now on the fact tube if you want.
Mm-mm.
But that all I have to say is like, Yeah. I'm not going to describe everything that happens on TikTok, man. I'm just saying it's not as bad as I was led to believe by my co-host.
Okay. Well, this feels very much like gotcha journalism. And
Which I fucking hate.
And you just jumped when I said gotcha. You made a little startle. And that's how I feel too. Did you get the noise I made?
Oh, no, I shouldn't have. Oh, yeah, I did.
You did.
I get mixed up sometimes.
Yes, and the beats me corrected for you, I think. Wow. I mean, you stick this segment in Leia Plays where I cannot control it at all.
That's right.
And accuse me of misrepresenting TikTok. I feel gotcha'd. And I am having a bad time. Here on Talk.
Thanks for watching Talk. That's it.
Wow.
I really didn't want to. I just wanted to revisit that topic, and
yeah,
I figured starting a hypothetical episode as a Leia Plays and airing my grievances, and then ending that podcast and doing a 1-episode podcast like that.
Yeah, well, the
best way to do it.
The co-host of Talk, he got very upset about it. I'm having a good time, so
good.
I think what you did was great.
Yeah.
And
and then hi, welcome back to Talk.
Oh,
I
wow.
forgot to say something on the last episode.
Oh, I'm pissed.
This is just like a after Talk clip. It's not really the
real
podcast.
Is this
it's not episode 2.
Is this Talking Talk, the show where we talk
Welcome to
about...
Talking Talk, where we talk about Talk, the podcast.
What are you talking about, Talk?
I'll tell you. So the government on January 19th, which is like a week away from this episode, decided they were going to ban TikTok because, information shit from the CCP gathering information in U.S. citizens and shit.
Can I break in for a moment?
I guess.
Because I, the co-host of the aforementioned show in which and I in particular, railed against
the
TikTok.
Talk on which the titular Talking Talk that we were currently talking within.
The very same.
Okay.
Within that, the ban was mentioned, and I said, at this point, I'm not so sure I'm opposed to it, and I want to clear the air. That was said for comedic effect. I believe in free speech.
Oh.
But also, is TikTok free speech?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then I don't want to think it should be banned.
But the funny part is, and the reason why I started this entire podcast to talk about what we were just talking about on Talk, was that everybody went over to a different Chinese-owned app that's like TikTok, and this is a fully Chinese one. It's not even like, it's Chinese, but they have servers in the U.S. and stuff like that, like TikTok. This one is completely in China. And so all the TikTok users went over there and just like straight up signed away their information and stuff like that. And just to stick it to the dipshit people in government that are just basically catering to billionaires on this side of the pond. Is they're not, under the guise of our protection, which makes me mad. But yeah, I thought that was cool, very interesting and fun that they did that, just out of pure spite and pettiness. So
they were having a good time.
Yeah, and still are. And thank you for watching Talk, where we talk about Talk the podcast. Talk to you later.
Which way did you spell that one?
TOK.
Okay.
I'm trying to get stuck in the spot.
Of course. Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
You should be over here, really.
Yeah, you guys are really missing me.
Yeah. Okay, wow. Well, the Talking Talk episode that we just experienced, very political.
About as political as we're ever going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it. Think about Think about talk, not talking, talk.
Yeah, I don't think I like talking talk.
Yeah.
It was too political.
I feel you. I feel you. Me too. Let's go back to having a good time.
Yeah, and we can check back in with talk whenever, because that one I love. But talking talk, they weren't really talking about talk. They were sort of just talking about TikTok stuff. But
it
like,
should have been called talking about TikTok in the context of talk.
Yeah.
But, anyways,
yeah.
We sometimes we do a little bit too much alliteration on this podcast. It's funny. It's like boiler. It's like okay.
A little too easy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's fun.
It is fun. It's fun to do.
And did you say the other thing? What the hell?
I had a little blister. Now it's just dead skin. So I got it from shopping vegetables. And now I'm Gigi Allen.
You are just like Gigi Allen. Including I don't want to listen to you. Just kidding.
End it.
You haven't said what you say.
Think about it.
Oh, we'll be right back. We're back. We're back.
ASMR. Anyways.
Anyway, we have research to do. It's segment 2. It's Toothpicks and the World.
We have a good time, but we can learn too.
That's right. Well, I think learning is a good time.
Yeah, you're right. Mother, father, may I learn?
Having a good time learning.
That should be the intro to every research segment.
Or should it have been the intro to none of them, including this one? A Neanderthal man's jawbone was found in Cova Forada, Spain, which showed evidence that to alleviate tooth pain caused by periodontal disease and dental wear, this Neanderthal picked his teeth.
That's pretty fucking far back.
Yeah.
None of this Egypt, China, Rome, triad shit.
You can't hop over to the Chinese version of that.
Like to see you try.
Although, all cultures use toothpicks now. Because we all were that Neanderthal who had periodontal disease and dental wear. Even back then, things were rough.
I feel him.
Even back then, things were rough.
Man.
They have found various types of ones all over the world, and sometimes as burial objects. Bronze ones buried with people.
That'd be cool, bronze toothpick.
In 1986, some researchers in Florida found a 7,500-year-old remains of some in Florida. I wrote that one down because it took place in Florida. Florida. How do you say it?
Florida.
Okay.
All 50% of the population in Hernando County are New Yorkers, so they say Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They pensioned out.
And I would go to Florida as a kid to see relatives who were of New York stock. So that's probably where I got it from too. But while we're talking about people who have different accents, in the southern United States, some people file down a raccoon baculum to use as a toothpick. Do you know what the baculum of a raccoon is?
I want to say it's in the ear?
Nope.
I don't know.
It's the penis bone.
Oh.
And Wikipedia felt it was important to give that its own little paragraph.
That's cool.
Some Southern contributor hit edit page. They gotta know.
Sure, I mean,
It's the best way.
Yeah.
You name another penis bone that's as good for getting a piece of lettuce out.
Yeah, right? There's a few different critters you could choose from. A few different baculums. You got to catalog the baculums in that region, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Apparently raccoon is best.
And we'll cover that more in our baculums episode, which is coming up, I'm sure. Now, although in the 17th century, toothpicks were treated as luxury objects and would be made of precious metal and inlaid with expensive stones.
How you would lose it? How would you not lose it?
Yeah. But that's just a brief image of the moment where, like all things, rich people had to like take it over for just a spell. The church did not seem to get involved in toothpicks. Luckily.
Wow!
But the rich sure took it over for a moment. But then you also have people just being like, I don't need stones. Give me that raccoon penis.
Yeah. Surprised the church wasn't like that. It's the devil's baculum.
We'll all be sucking raccoon dicks and then all kinds of dicks.
That's probably been said in church.
Yep. But your standard toothpick, such as the one that I am holding now, is made of birch wood.
Birch wood. They use that for drum sets, too.
Oh, so if you tied enough of these together... Oh, for drumsticks or sets?
I'm sorry, drum sets.
But not the sticks.
I'm not sure. Probably do use it for the sticks.
Well...
It's pretty rigid.
Let's test it. We have a lot of research to get to, but this is important.
They seem pretty good.
Yeah, do it with a bunch of them.
Barely different.
Yeah, that's...
Do it with a bunch of them.
I didn't say it mean.
Oh, that was so fun.
Folks, we are having a good time.
Wow.
Okay, now, there's so much research to do. Okay, birchwood is spiral cut into thin sheets, then cut, chopped, milled, and bleached into toothpicks. Now we turn to what would have been printed research, but I still do not have a new printer yet. Would that I could make one out of toothpicks.
Yeah, come on, just get on with it. Keep reading.
This is from a Reddit post in r/ADHD. I'm now a toothpick guy, and I'm not even mad about it. I have an oral fixation problem, and I'm constantly vaping, chewing gum, cheek/lip biting, etc. I recently bought a pack of toothpicks out of curiosity, and I don't think I will ever go back. Better for your teeth and gut, and it gets the fidget job done perfectly. I even started flavoring my own, and it's become a fun little hobby, LOL.
Flavoring his own?
Yes. Which, yeah, I was curious about that as well. I was pretty embarrassed about having a toothpick in my mouth out in public, as I didn't want to seem like I was trying to be cool or quirky, but I don't really care anymore, LOL. Pretty much always have one in now, even when I'm in the shower or lying in bed before sleeping, ha ha ha.
Yikes. That is scary.
It's terrifying.
I think you have a bit of an irrational fear of having one in your mouth.
Well, I could fall asleep at any time.
Okay.
You never know.
But tempting the old Sandman when you got a javelin in your gullet.
Absolutely.
Wow.
The Sandman and the Grim Reaper might have a little tea party that day.
Well, alliance.
Now here's the top comment to the guy who is not mad that he's become a toothpick guy. I used to be a toothpick guy too years ago, until once I turned my head quickly and clipped a door frame with the toothpick and impaled my mouth. Be careful out there, brother. Ha ha.
I've never fucking done that once in my life. Yeah, that guy should.
I mean,
He needs a helmet.
It could happen. But my favorite part of it was, be careful out there, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that covers holding a toothpick in your mouth pretty well. Now let's cover toothpick as its intended God-given purpose.
Yeah.
The question is, toothpicks versus floss, which is better? And the top comment is NAD, which I found out stands for not a doctor. NAD, but I am a dentist. Not even close. Floss is better. Obviously. Blah, blah, blah.
You know, for my toothpick use, floss would be of zero use.
It wouldn't help with your back left guy.
Exactly. So maybe people on Reddit don't fucking know everything.
Well, he said he's not a doctor.
He's just a dentist.
Okay. That's enough of that. Okay, here's the next one. Oh, no, wait. Yes, okay, because I started wondering about... Oh, you know what? No, I know what's going on. It's so much better when it's printed out, Jay.
I'm sorry, man. I know it is.
Okay, so somebody asked, are there any good brands of toothpicks? They don't want Walgreens style.
That's so stupid. There's that's like the whole, ibuprofen brand name thing, like, or like, well, like over-the-counter pharmaceutical stuff like ibuprofen or NyQuil and stuff like that. It's all the same active ingredients. It's not going to work if you don't have the active ingredients. It's not even a question of really quality even. So there's no reason at all to get the brand name stuff. And it's the same exact thing with toothpicks, right? As long as it's made out of birch.
Mm-hmm.
We had a rotten one, but it was out of 250.
Well, I got 249 toothpicks, but I'm having a good time. I don't use toothpicks for what they were intended for. I just think they look cool hanging off the side of the corner of my mouth. However, I've not been able to find a good brand of toothpicks that won't easily break or get mushy whenever they get wet in my mouth. This is gross. Toothpick in your mouth is gross.
Yeah, how cool is he being, getting it that mushy and breaking it? He's probably being a little too cool.
Top response,
for that toothpick.
He might be too cool with his wet mouth. Normal toothpicks are made of birch, and apparently it's the worst thing because it gets very mushy and can often break with splingers.
Splingers.
Then somebody asks, there is brands of toothpicks? And they did type it that way.
That's a good point.
To which this OP said, I guess that they do. I think they have brands for everything, basically, right? I don't really want Chinese knockoff brand toothpicks that you get from the dollar store. Getting political again. You'd think that toothpicks, depending on brand, would be made of certain types of wood, blah, 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 blah. Somebody says try bamboo ones. Or you can get ones made out of titanium, which you are just holding a nail in your mouth now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
Not great.
Acrylic. How about just a fucking acrylic? That would be a good one.
Acrylic?
Yeah.
Like paint?
No. Maybe I'm thinking of polymer.
Probably thinking of polymer.
Yeah. Just like, a plastic adjacent material or plastic material that plastic wouldn't cut its bit too. I don't fucking care. These toothpicks are fine.
Somebody says look into Danison toothpicks. Someone just bought me some and I like them a lot. Expensive though. Responder says, "Oh my god, almost $1 a toothpick." Is the flavor
so stupid?
Is the flavor really that good? Or just how it holds up? Now, this brings us back to the idea of toothpicks being flavored. This person who said try them says they were a gift, but looking online, they're closer to 50 cents a pick. not $1 like some idiot said.
That's a lot of hyperbole.
They're significantly thicker than typical toothpicks, which holds them up better longer. I've had a few I've put down for a couple hours and eventually picked back up once dried. And while they're not brand new feeling, they hold up. Flavor is also much better and longer lasting. Not as abrasive as gum, the most abrasive thing that I have ever had in my mouth. Every time I put a stick of gum in my mouth, I go, ow! Like rocks.
Oh, these people are weird.
They are weird. So, but, of course, I had to check out Danison for myself. And here's what Danison toothpicks have to say. Our American milled northern white birch toothpicks are hard steeped in pure ingredients such as straight Kentucky bourbon, single malt scotch, cinnamon, and other flavors. Give each toothpick a minute to warm up and a gentle bite. The essence of the spirit, the botanicals, extracts, and phenols will release from deep inside the birch, rewarding you with delicate tasting notes.
It's like
There's a quote that's fitting to Danison. Beauty is the visible expression of man's pleasure in labor.
it's not a fucking quote.
It's from an obscure graphic designer named Douglas C. McMurdy, who we think nicely captured what we're about at Danison. We take pleasure in how we do things, and the result is we've happened to have made the simple toothpick beautiful. What does this mean? It means we use American northern white birch. It means we only use real and natural ingredients. It means we work with independent, family-owned suppliers, and for every one tree we mill, 100 are planted in its place. Take pleasure in how you do things, and good things will come from it.
It's a pretty cool business model because it's 50 cents per toothpick.
Well, Jay,
What's up?
I have not done the math here,
Yeah.
but I do know that you could buy a 200 toothpick jar of their Bourbon 22 flavored toothpicks for $122 US plus shipping and taxes, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
wow. The overhead must be so great. So I mean,
Now we got to get
it's
to
so I don't know. Please continue.
we got to get to a few more things here.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to move on from Danison?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a Reddit post. I eat toothpicks. Username help I'm stupid. Help I'm stupid says I eat toothpicks. Recently I've gotten into the habit of eating, like actually swallowing, toothpicks. 13 to 25 a day.
So they swallow them whole?
They taste like celery.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, is this normal? My second question is this safe? Because normally the only thing you don't eat is the sharp, pointy stick. How many of y'all do this? And if so, how many do you average per day? Thanks! Now, this was followed by a barrage of people saying, no, that is not good for you. Stop doing that immediately. To which Help I'm Stupid responded to almost all of them by saying, I'll try. Or I'm trying.
Yeah.
Finally, leading to somebody saying some bad things. He chews them up until they get stringy like celery. Someone said, your stomach acid is going to leak into your organs, to which he said, yeesh.
Yeesh.
And somebody said, I think it would be a better idea to just stop doing that. And he said, yeah, but I pre-Googled it, and it didn't say they had chemicals or are bad, and I know people can live off of bark. I decided to fact-check Help I'm Stupid and found an article that says you can, in fact, eat birch bark. And you're not eating the wood or the bark itself, but you're eating the thing that's in the middle, which is called cambium, which is what transports nutrients into the tree. And cambium is something that you can survive on if you are stuck in the woods.
Huh.
But do not eat 15 toothpicks a day. Now, somebody else mentions that... Sorry. Hold on. That they heard of... That truckers... Yeah, here we go. Truckers used to dip a toothpick in meth. Whoa. And then chew on the toothpick.
Cool.
They're called Bull Rush toothpicks.
Truckers are so cool, man. Damn.
They also, based on that, I'm sure, you can buy off of Amazon for $13.77 a tube of energy-infused toothpicks containing caffeine and B12. Hop up.
Yeah. Huh.
Now, last but not least, some of this information, some, but not all, was taken from a subreddit called r/toothpick enthusiasts. The Toothpick Enthusiasts subreddit was started 10 years ago. It has 17 posts total. We'll be right back. We're toothpick back. Yeah, sons of bitches.
We're the toothpicks, and people say we toothpick around.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Whoa. That's cool.
Okay. Why?
Well, I think about before we were, let's say 10,000. The Neanderthal was 10,000.
Sure.
Let's say 10,001 years ago.
Okay.
What did we fucking do?
Just had
Our teeth apparently just was out of our mouths by 20.
Just had brontosaurus meat clinging to just hanging all over there. The back guy and the front guy.
Yeah, every guy.
Just strings of it. Everybody having a brontosaurus meat mustache.
God. It's an unpleasant visual.
Do I need to point out that I know that didn't happen? Do I need to do that?
Robert De Niro.
Do I need to? Do you know I know that that's not real? We had a snowstorm here in Nashville where Metaphile Studios is located. And I was getting a Lyft ride home after the snowstorm the day after. And somebody said that they saw something online where people were saying that it was fake.
The snowstorm was fake?
Yeah, they were saying it was fake snow.
Oh. So it happened, but it was fake snow.
It was fake snow. It was fake snow that the government, I'm sure this person thinks the government put out for some reason to do with lithium, I bet. So you can't just go around saying that you think that Neanderthals ate Brontosaurus. You really can't say things like that.
It's a little outlandish.
A little bit. Maybe toothpicks are fake. Maybe it's not made of birch at all, but something else.
They're like some kind of government dietary probe.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, wow. An oral probe.
When you bite one, nanobots are released. And they probe you.
Well, they must make you have a pretty damn good time. That must be the side effect.
Yeah, they're a good time nanobots.
That's a cool band name.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But yeah,
Going
going all the way back.
Yeah.
I just think of when we didn't have toothpicks, and we must have had so much tooth disease.
Definitely.
And the thing is, it's like we evolved to, tend to those problems over time, to where the people have less of that problem for whatever reason. In our case, thinking up the idea of a toothpick, then they survive and you evolve without that problem. But
yeah,
it's just weird that we still had such a problem there, to me.
And somebody, it did take somebody saying, hey, what if this raccoon penis could be that birch tree over there instead?
That's why, because of raccoon penis. That's why toothpick.
That's why. Because of the humble raccoon penis. We owe it all a great debt. And I'd like to say thank you, raccoon penises, for everything you do.
Let's get the hashtag raccoon penis going on all the social media.
Raccoon penis, thank you.
Hashtag, yeah.
Hashtag raccoon penis, thank you. Think of all the great things
Let's make
it's
it go
done.
viral.
Get brontosaurus meat from out of your teeth. Make there be more raccoons. That's at least two things that the raccoon penis has done.
Synergetic as well.
Yes, because the more raccoons are made by a raccoon penis, the more statistically
better teeth that we have.
the better teeth that we have. So
that's why toothpicks.
That's why.
Sure.
That's why toothpicks.
Next question.
And fuck all other animals' penises.
Except our own.
Yes. Well, do fuck ours, but sorry.
Next question.
Yeah. Next question. I have to come up with a question? What's your favorite curse word?
I guess I meant the work.
But we could do the work. I mean, we covered why so quickly, but that's because it was an easy one.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do the work. What's the villain of a toothpick?
Butterfingers.
No. Butterfingers is the villain of the back left guy. But a toothpick...
Well, a toothpick has to get it out.
No.
Okay.
Out of you? Sure. If I ate a Butterfinger, a toothpick could go to my back left guy and do its work fine. Because I'm not a freak. Huh. That was an indignant pick spit? Let's see how many types of pick spits we can get done within the rest of the segment.
I'm good.
Okay. Do you want to do a I don't want to do that pick spit?
No.
Oh. Sticking to his guns. Okay. The villain of the toothpick, a toothless mouth. Or my hands.
The soundboard at Springwater.
That day, yeah. Toothless mouth.
How about a blender?
Oh, yeah, that's better. Yeah. Because a toothless mouth, you could still have a toothpick in there, and it would get to serve one of its functions. But yeah, blender is better.
Yeah.
Or wetness, also, apparently. So a blender full of water is the toothpick's ultimate villain.
I guess so.
If they did Toothpicks the movie, Blender is the villain. And then if they did Toothpick the movie 2, Blender full of water is the villain now.
That makes sense.
Okay, so that's that. Next question.
What's the biggest case of toothpicks that you would buy?
$250. Even that, I was like, this is too many. I wish I could just get 5 for the show.
That would have been such a huge mistake.
It would have in retrospect, yeah. I mean, I'm looking up at the ceiling right now, and there's way more than 5 there. But, yeah, 250 seems good.
Word.
And I'm going to make a vow.
What do you got?
I'm going to fight my fear in this episode. And at the end of this segment, so don't tune out. At the end of this segment, however many of those are left in that box, I'll put all of them in my mouth at the same time. And fight my fears.
I think that's a bad idea.
Well, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm having a good time.
I hope so.
Now
Personally,
then.
I don't like it. I think it's like putting a bag over your head. Putting that many toothpicks in your mouth?
Well,
Seems like an innocuous move, and then next thing you know, I don't know. But
you're making me scared. You're making me scared to do it. A thing that I already was scared to do. But I've made a vow.
I don't think that's a that specifically is a misplaced fear or a absurd fear.
Yeah.
I can't remember the right. But I'm putting one in your mouth. Like, just do that.
Well, that's already as scary.
So just do that. So why did just do that?
But I made a vow. I need a way to break the vow. How can I do that?
You just do it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that. What's the rest of the work? We did the villain. The fate of the toothpick. Parade purgatory for me. This, genuinely, today is the most I've interacted with toothpicks. Other than that one little thing at Springwater, which that could be... Other tools could serve that function. I don't know why it ended up being toothpicks.
A guitar pick or something, man. That'd be cool.
Sure. I think they did use the guitar picks for a while.
Oh, cool.
It was cool.
This is an interesting answer for me. I think it's like that's a more in-depth version of this question.
We'll get in depth, baby. We got time.
So I wanted to go to the trap drawer. You know what? No, I wanted to go to Parade Purgatory. I don't want to care about it because I don't want to use it. Because I would want to not have to use it. But that technically can't be included in the tier that we're going with.
Because we're...
the fate that we're going with.
You're thinking about your back left guy again. And you're resenting that the back left guy happens the way it happens.
Yeah, I just would... What I'm saying is the preferable thing would be to not care about toothpicks because I don't need them.
Yeah. You would love to not hate that you have to use them.
Yeah. But under a traditional answer, it'd be like they'd have to be in Pinewood because I use them all the time, so I want them all to be around.
I think there has maybe never been a better time to put something in the jacuzzi. Because one day, and God, I can't wait for this day for you, Jay. One day, your back left guy is going to be filled up enough with pudding and crumbly cheeses and things where it will reach the roof.
I don't really eat any crumbly cheeses.
Well, maybe you should start.
Anyways, continue.
Where it will reach the roof of the tooth.
Tooth roof.
And it will not be an issue anymore.
It's gross. It will just... No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is gross. But it'll be great for you.
It's solved by a toothpick.
For now.
Or until I just get a filling. It'd be a small filling.
A filling, not of pudding.
No. What do you use now?
Probably raccoon penis bone.
Yeah, I got raccoon penis fillings yesterday. It's still a little sore.
I got some baculum squirted into my back left guy.
Gelatinized baculum. Oh, okay. I'll see you later.
So yeah, parade purgatory for me, but you have really got a situation on your hands that the toothpick is a great solution for.
What? Yeah, and I'm just gonna play it safe and do Pinewood.
Wow, you're playing it safe. It's good that you played it safe.
Thanks, man.
So that nothing bad can happen later. Okay. Then the twist and then another thing. There's definitely 4.
The lesson and the twist.
The lesson, yes. The lesson is I guess don't eat toothpicks. This is probably the biggest lesson.
Don't eat toothpicks. Yeah.
It seems like one we shouldn't have to impart, but
yeah,
evidently if you just Google it doesn't help you much. So if we're your second stop,
we say it all the time. Our viewers depend on us for facts and reliable information.
Mm-hmm. And that's what they've been given today.
Don't eat toothpicks.
Don't eat toothpicks. And the twist is, do eat toothpicks. They are delicious.
They taste like celery.
Yep. And apparently you can eat 15 to 35 of them a day and still get on Reddit.
Still post on Reddit.
And
yeah.
What more could anyone need?
Wow. Very funny. Lesson, twist, turn.
Thank you.
It's a good one.
It's because I'm having a good time.
There you go.
Now, we've done the work. We've answered why. There's 5 minutes of the show left.
Do what you must do.
Well, I kind of want to figure out a way that I can break my vow.
You just break it.
But won't the people then think that they can't trust me and that I'm as fake as snow?
It's the only way to break the vow.
There must be another. Maybe I can make a second vow on top of the first vow that cancels out the first vow.
It might work. Why don't you give it a try?
Okay. Although I vow to put all of the remaining toothpicks in the box in my mouth, I must first vow to throw all the toothpicks remaining in the box up into the cobwebs where no one can see them. With help from Jay.
It's a good idea. I don't trust you and you have broken the vow, but I agreed to it in favor of the new vow.
Son of a bitch, it's gotcha journalism.
Wait, just take the whole box and just whoosh. Okay, you got all of them. It's super fun. Good job.
Thank you. Unfortunately, as soon as I put those in my mouth, I realized I now broke the other vow. Where I vowed that before I did that, I would throw them all up in the air. I broke that vow.
That was a new vow. All vows before it changed, and it's fine.
Well, but you said it was fine before, and then you distinctively changed your tune. Sorry.
I don't remember that.
You said it would be fine if you make the additional vow that cancels out the first vow, and then I said the thing about vowing to throw them all up in the air, and you said you broke your vow.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was referring to.
I really just, if you break it, you break it. It's that simple.
Yeah. So now I'm
So
saying
you
I
just-
broke the other vow, and you're saying that's fine. But how can I trust you?
You have to decide what yourself, just the words I'm saying to you, disassociated from how much you trust me or even my character.
I mean, this whole episode, we've been having such a good time, and I really trusted your character a lot.
Bullshit.
And then something I do think happened where you heard about meth-dipped toothpicks, and you were really taken with that idea.
It was so cool.
And then all of a sudden I said, I want to put all the toothpicks in my mouth, and you seemed like you really didn't like that. And I'm starting to think maybe it's because you thought once they were in my mouth, you could no longer dip them in meth and have your good time. And maybe it's because I was trying to have a good time without you by doing what I did.
I needed at least 200 of them. I'm on a tight budget.
Well, I mean,
So-
we did learn from that one guy on Reddit that if you just
Pretty
leave a
tight.
wet toothpick sitting for a few hours, it dries out and it's almost like new. So
Toss them.
are you scared to have a toothpick that was in my mouth be in your mouth? Because my back left guy
Definitely
is
not.
fine.
We would not have this podcast right now if that were the case.
That's what I would have thought. I just have been through a lot, I guess. Putting all those toothpicks in my mouth, even though it was scary for me.
I can Venmo you for the toothpicks, by the way.
Oh. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Toss them, man. Chuck them.
All right. Well, I'm going to do half, and you're going to do half.
Sure.
Because we're having a good time. I'm not having a good time. We're having a
Oh,
good time.
damn.
And these ones are yours, audience, so you can have a good time too. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's part of the sign off that I say.
Part of the sign after I say.
Hello there. It's almost the end of the show, but not quite. I'm Zach Caffrey,
I'm Jason Ford.
and you just watched the episode of Metaphiles that you watched, and now you're seeing this, and it's the part where we say, it's like us, subscribe to us, comment about it,
Get on our shit.
get on it, build a little community with us. You're all a part of it. It's a nice little world we have here.
It's just a big ball of liking and subscribing and comments.
And it's wonderful to do. And you like doing it. You do.
You do.
You do.
Yeah, you do.
And this week, why not make a comment about bye.
Bye-bye.
Metaphiles.